today class on municipal and industrial wastewater engineering in 7th semester. Today we'll discuss on industrial wastewater. It is a part of industrial wastewater. Today we'll discuss distillery industries. Distillery industry is a part of sugar industry. From the sugar industry, we're going to get a byproduct. From there, we are going to produce distillery. A aqueous distillery effluent stream is known as spent wash. Is a dark brown in color, highly organic effluent and is approximately 12 to 15 times by volume of its product alcohol. It is one of the most complex, troublesome, strongest organic industrial effluents having extremely high COD and BOD values. In sugar industry, you're going to get a spent wash, mainly containing sucrose, other part, is a highly organic in nature. As in earlier class, we discussed about the treating cane sugar industry. A spent wash is a dark brown, highly organic effluent. And how we are going to manufacture distillery? That is alcohol. For manufacturing alcohol, the molasses is diluted with water into a solution containing 15 to 60% of sugars. This solution is then inoculated with yeast strain and is allowed to ferment at room temperature. The same is then degasified and the alcohol is stripped, leaving a spent wash. The crude alcohol is then redistilled and stored in bags. So here we are going to make to ferment by adding yeast at room temperature, and we are going to redistill to get alcohol. So this is a flow chart of getting the alcohol. First step is molasses you are going to get from sugar industry is going to dilute it water. Then by adding yeast, you make it to fermenter. Then you're going to analyze it at different part or a different temperature where you can get the maximum fermentation product. Then later you're going to take out the sludge and is going to be for analyzer. Then next step it will go for rectifier. There alcohol will be separated and spent wash is going for effluent treatment. What are the characteristics of a distillery waste? The spent wash is a major polluting component of distilleries and it is reported to be 10 to 15 times of final product in volume. Other pollutants include yeast sludge, which deposits at the bottom of fermentation vats. In addition to this, a major BOD and solids contributing waste and floor wash, waste cooling water, waste and going to be generated by operating yeast recovery or by products recovery process also contribute the volume of the waste. So here the waste what you are getting is from BOD, then yeast sludge, floor wash, waste cooling water, then the recovery what you are going to observe, it is process contribute the huge volume of waste. What will have happened if this waste directly disposed on land or water bodies? As I mentioned earlier, distillery industry having high BOD COD value. When BOD is added to the stream or water body, first step is it is going to deplete DO. When DO is depleted, another big decomposition of these organic solids, both settled and suspended, producing malodorous condition over fairly long stretch of the stream because it's going to have high volume of BOD. So it is going to create a nuisance, anaerobic, as you know earlier. Anaerobic condition means it is going to be a septic condition. No aquatic plants, animals will not be there. The condition further deteriorates due to growth of sewage fungi. The dark color of the stream renders anesthetic. Along with this DO, the yeast of fungi which is going to add to this to make further dark color. So these are the effect of the distillery waste on stream. Then how we can able to minimize this? Brewery waste, which is comparatively of lesser strength, may be discharged in a fresh condition into the sewer to extent of 3 to 5% of domestic waste. The strong acidic and putrefied brewery waste will disrupt the normal biological activity of the waste treatment plants. Brewery waste, being comparatively less strong, can be treated by aerobic biological treatment after screening and neutralization. Usually, the biological treatment accomplished by two stages for 90 to 94% BOD reductions. A flow sheet of one such brewery waste treatment plant employing high rate trickling filters. So, as we discussed earlier, it is going to have much more of BOD COD value. Then how we can able to treat this wastewater? First step, the wastewater is coming from the industry. As I discussed earlier, from various units, wastewater will come. First step, you have to go for screening. In screening, you are going to remove any floatable matter, suspended matter, depending on the size of the particle which will be removed, then it will go for directly digesters. Since it is a organic compound, so we can be able to go for anaerobic digester where we can able to digest this waste. Then past wastewater, you go for a primary clarifiers, make it to settle some of the suspended solids. Then you go for high rate trickling filters. In first stage, you are going to remove some amount of BOD. Instead of recycling, you go for again one more high rate trickling filter to remove 90 to 94% of BOD. Then effluent will be discharged. So in this way, in distillery industries, you are going to use the trickling filters, high rate trickling filters to remove the BOD values. So that the BOD value is going to reduce to 90 to 94% before it is going to discharge. The settleable particle or the screening materials which are retained on the screen will go for digesters, then it will go for drying beds, then it can be used for organic manuring, other things. So in this way, distillery waste can be treated. So briefly, we can say distillery industries having high amount of BOD, it is going to affect water bodies without treating it. Okay. Then Just will have some MCQ. Molasses is a waste generated from is sugarcane industry because of high nutrient content spent wash. It will be used for animal feed, fertilizer, pharmaceutical, yeast powder. The process of heating a liquid mixture from vapors, then cooling vapors to get pure component by means of distillation. So that heat, vapor it, cool it, and toast it. Yeast is to production of ethyl alcohol. After fermentation of ethanol is recovered by distillation. To provide adequate supply of nitrogen, we are going to add ammonium sulfate is going to add to provide adequate supply to nitrogen to the yeast. And addition of acidic flavor, the growth of yeast but unfavor the growth of bacteria because it is in acidic nature, the yeast will grow fast. At what temperature yeast will be added for fermentation? At 30 degrees, it will be added to fermentation. So this class, we discussed about how brewery distillery industry waste is treated and what are the characteristics, what are the source characteristics, etc. Thank you.